Well, hello and welcome to another video from me. Apologies for the radio silence. I've been a rather busy chap over the past few weeks working on various sort of shoots for clients, and also, as some of you may have seen, I've just recently also released a couple of training videos. The first one is on 3D Vista, which is basically a virtual tour creation software, and the second one is a course on the photography side of virtual tours, sort of how to take photos using a one-shot camera, and also DSLR and mirrorless. But not only that, but also the whole editing side of it all as well. So what that does is it basically teaches people from beginning to end that haven't even picked up a 360 camera how to create amazing photos. So apologies for the plug, but if you are interested in that, then I'll put the links in the description below. This video is basically all about panoramic heads. Now, specifically Nodal Ninja. And I've been using Nodal Ninja for, I'd say, 90% of my 360 career. I started off by purchasing a cheaper panoramic head off eBay because I was, like many other people maybe, with some of the Nodal Ninja stuff, look at the price and you go, wow, pricey. But there's a reason for that. Okay, I bought a cheaper head on eBay and it lasted 3 months, maybe 4 months. Maybe I was just unlucky, but I noticed a couple of things that just weren't right. The build quality just didn't seem to stack up. So I thought, right, that's it. I'm just going to invest the money. And that's exactly what it is. It's an investment into something that you're going to be using, especially if you're doing this professionally, on every single shoot. So, you know, it's like a tripod, you know, you're going to be using that on every single shoot, the cameras on every single shoot, the lens, the memory cards, all of this sort of stuff should be the best you can get for your budget. I appreciate that everyone's budget is going to be different, but these things here, these panoramic heads, they can take a battering. You know, they're going to last you an absolute lifetime. I mean, I always say to people that I think you could probably throw one of these off a tall building and it would not break. They are incredibly well built. So I wanted just to run through a few of the items that I've got from Nodal Ninja, just to show you the differences and what they're for, and I'll do some, you know, sort of nice close-ups of the products as well, just so you can see that I'll put into this. But yeah, as I say, I started off with this one, which is the Nodal Ninja 3 Mark II. Okay, this is quite an old panoramic head now. It's been around for some time, but it stood the test of time. You know, it's very, very good quality. You've got a very, very accurate bubble level built into it, which is really, really, really handy. And then recently, the guys over at Nodal Ninja were kind enough to send me a couple of items to show you, because I mentioned that I was looking for something just a little bit bigger. And they said, you know, why don't you show the world what we can do? And this is exactly what I'm doing. I said it'll be my pleasure. So what they sent me was the newer version of the Nodal Ninja 3, which is the Mark III. You guessed it. It's very, very similar in size. If you look at the sort of the size comparison here, it's a little bit shorter, but that's the reason for that is because on my Nodal Ninja 2, I've got the Nadir adapter on this section here, and the reason for that is because this panoramic head is really designed for sort of micro four thirds cameras or smaller mirrorless cameras. My A7 III, when I put it on here without this Nadir adapter, it would hit this top rotation knob here. Because this head hasn't got one of those, it just fits, but it's a bit of a squeeze. So what I would personally recommend is that if you are shooting with a larger mirrorless camera like the Sony range, or a DSLR like a larger Canon, then I would recommend the Nodal Ninja 6, which is the bigger one. Okay, the 6 is just an incredible piece of kit, absolutely incredible piece of kit. It comes, they all come in 2 sections. I've got these 2 made up already because they're quite small. When I was using this one, I used to just keep it together as it is, but they all come with these locking these stoppers to actually set the no parallax point on there. But if I just get this other section here out of the pouch, basically they all come in two sections. So what I will do is I will get my trusty tripod out here, and before I set this up, in fact I almost forgot about this little guy here. Now this is the Nodal Ninja Easy Leveler. Now I recently purchased this myself because, as I said previously, I was using, I don't think I've got it around here anyway, but I was using the Sunway Photo leveling head, which did a really good job. But what I was finding, again, because it's basically that works on like a ball system, is that when I was sort of setting it up, it was sagging slightly on there, just very slightly, but enough to bother me. Okay, so I purchased one of these. Again, I've received it, and typical to Nodal Ninja, it's just incredible. The quality is absolutely incredible. So what you do with this is you just spin it onto your tripod head, like so, and then this lower rail fits onto here, like that. And then if I just get this the right way round, there we go, that way. And then this top part, okay, basically you just undo this knob and then set it to 0, and you've got a lot of these numbers are all on here, so you can see exactly where you are. And then this basically just gets placed on the top, tighten it up, and you're good to go. Okay, now when you're setting your no parallax point with these heads, which is again covered in my training course, all you need to do is, with these stoppers, once you've found your no parallax point, you just screw these into place, and then that means that when you've set this up, this is just free to move, but then you just slide it and it stops, and then you tighten it up. Okay, there you know that you've got exactly the right spot that you need. Okay, the same goes for this top section here. Okay, now the camera gets mounted onto this plate here. Now I can't mount one on there because I'm filming on it right now. So what you do with that is, again, you screw your camera into this base plate, just here. And then you screw your camera in, and again, same thing, push till it hits that stopper, and then you tighten your camera up and you're good to go. Okay, now the great thing with these heads is that they have, especially the Nodal Ninja 6, is that you can change the rotation degrees on the side of the head here. So all you need to do with this particular one is basically just unscrew the section here that's currently at where is it? Yeah, 60 degrees. Because that's basically what I shoot at, but I have it set so this, when it turns, it clicks once every 60 degrees. Okay, because I'm basically taking 6 shots around with my Sony a7 III. But if you are shooting with a circular fisheye lens instead, then all you need to do is just unscrew this, and then there's one here that says 90 degrees, screw it into that, job done. Okay, with this one, where is it? That one. It's a little bit more, I wouldn't say fiddly, but you've got to unscrew this section here, and there's a little plate inside here that you just flip over, and then you just screw it all back together and then have it set like that. So, so yeah, I mean, this one takes a little bit more time to set up, but obviously there's a price difference between the two. This one is quite a bit more expensive, but I would say if you are shooting with a larger camera, it is 100% worth it. Okay, so I mean, I have found this to be not more accurate, but more of a pleasure to use, if that's the right thing to say. They're both great. They're both absolutely great. But this one you can feel has just got a bit more, you know, rigidity to it. And also the other benefit is, because this is a larger head, when you've got your camera on there, you can, and you're doing your your Nadir shot, the camera itself is actually further away from the top of the tripod head, which means you get a smaller imprint on the Nadir, which is really good. With this one, when it's up like that, you can see there that it's actually quite a lot closer to the top of this section here. So that does end up giving you a slightly bigger Nadir imprint to get rid of if you are using that method. Some people do prefer to rotate the camera and then take a separate Nadir shot, or even take the camera off and do a separate Nadir shot. But that's another benefit of the Nodal Ninja 6, is that it actually has a Nadir adapter built into it. Okay, so what you would do is you would undo this knob here, move it right to the very end, and then rotate this whole section around like that. Tighten it up, and there we go. So the camera is mounted on here, and then it just is looking straight down onto the floor, so you can take your Nadir shot. All right, and then when you're done, you just untighten it, rotate it back round, hit the stopper rail, tighten it back up again, and job's done. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think from that, the key thing that I can take away from this, or advice that I can give to you, doesn't really revolve around the use of the panoramic head. They all do the same thing. Okay, they all work in exactly the same way. The difference is the build quality. Okay, so you imagine you've got a heavy camera mounted on this section here. If you're using a panoramic head that is cheaper, then, and I found that this happened with the first one that I had, this arm here slowly sags down. Okay, even though I had this really, really tightly done up, it was sagging down slightly. Okay, so what I ended up doing is tightening it up and trying to get it tight, and then one day it just snapped. It just came off completely. This, on the other hand, is just completely fluid, very, very nice to use, and you lock it in, and I don't know, you could balance quite a lot of weight on that, and it's not going to go anywhere at all. Okay, so by having or investing in equipment like this, not only is it going to last you forever, I mean, I guarantee that this would last decades, centuries even, maybe, unless you leave it out in the rain. But even then, maybe it's got some magic covering on it that makes it not go rusty. But yeah, of course, look after it, because it's an expensive investment. But because it's built well and they're accurate, that means that you are going to get consistently good stitching on your panoramic shots. So yeah, there's not really much more to say about it. You know, that's the great thing with the Nodal Ninja equipment, is that it does the job, and it does it well, and it's built to last. So I'll put the link to the Nodal Ninja, the Fanotec website, in the description below. There are also a couple of other sort of franchisees that sell Nodal Ninja equipment around the world. I think in the UK, I think the main one that I've used is called Red Door VR, and they are absolutely fantastic. Their customer service is phenomenal. But if you're in the US, then you can just jump on the Fanotec website and have a look at their equipment there. So yeah, I hope this has been useful, and stay safe, everyone. Looks like, fingers crossed, we might be coming towards the end of this crazy time that we're in at the moment. But we'll see. We all have to work together, I think, to get out of it. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.